left the Philippines in 2009, and since then I haven't really been on top of like Filipino celebrity culture. But I know who Nadine Lustre is. I haven't seen any of her shows, I haven't watched any of her movies, but she has such a magnetic just presence and personality that she kind of like transcends boundaries and borders and oceans. But in case you don't know, Nadine Lustre is one of the biggest celebrities in the Philippines right now. She's a critically acclaimed actress and singer, and she's also a businesswoman. I think she has a makeup palette and she had like a perfume at some point. Even as someone who's not really on top of Filipino celebrity news, I know that she's different from all of the other female celebrities that are on the scene right now. I was talking to my cousins and they confirmed it with me that she's a little bit more opinionated, edgier, doesn't really fit into the box that we like to put female celebrities in the Philippines. But so anyways, on Halloween, she released a collaboration photo shoot with Pascual, who's an amazing photographer. I think it was supposed to be like a birthday shoot because she was born on Halloween, but it's also, I guess, serves as a promo because she just released a new visual album. If you haven't seen the video where they talked about their inspiration and like kind of like the behind the scenes of the whole thing, I will link it somewhere, either in the description or somewhere around here. But the inspiration for the shoot is the Salem Witch trials and the women that were burned during that time. They sort of took a more feminist approach to it, looking at it from the perspective of the women who really, most of them are doing nothing but just being themselves. BJ references this poem that reflects that. So from that initial concept, the aesthetic that kind of stemmed from it is a bit darker, a bit edgier. You know, the stylist of the shoot, Lynn Aluna, references designers like Jean-Paul Gaultier, Mugler, Alaya, Helmut Lang, and these are designers that are known for edgy yet feminine looks. There's a sort of dark sensuality to these designers that I just mentioned that even Nadine says is sort of a departure from her because she's more used to like glam shoots. And yeah, it was a risk, but I think that this was a risk that really paid off big time. You know, Nadine in so many ways pushes the envelope of what we have come to know as the celebrity culture in the Philippines. As I just mentioned, she's doing this visual album, which as far as I know is the first time that a Filipino artist is doing anything like it. But she doesn't just push the envelope when it comes to her artistry, she also does it just by being herself. As I've said, I'm not updated to the ins and outs of the Filipino celebrity culture, but I know that Nadine isn't and has never been the kind of celebrity that we expect in the scene. She's so much more outspoken, so much more like in touch with her sexuality than people are used to. Like, I remember it was a huge issue when people found out that she's moved in with her boyfriend. Like, it was like this massive blown out thing, and I just got the impression that she didn't really care what other people thought of it. That feminist take on the Salem Witch trials is nothing new. Like, you've probably seen, you know, signs like this in protests and such. But what sets aside the shoot is the fact that it is Nadine that is doing it. I think anyone is able to see the parallel between the concept of the shoot and her like personal and professional life. Nadine, as I've said, because she doesn't fit into that like goody two shoes, like sweet girl next door box that we like to put our female celebrities in. People often shame her for the choices that she makes. That vilified woman who is not able to be free and be themselves. That's her. And even she draws the connection in the video. You know, she mentions that before she had these like shackles and she wasn't really free to make her own decisions and her own choices. But now she's freer and braver. But with that freedom comes this sort of vulnerability. Her willingness to showcase her emotions and to show people who she really is and how she really feels. It shows a sort of strength from that vulnerability that we also see in the photos. This was the perfect concept for her, especially after the changes and all the events in her life that she's been through this year. She's not only freer and braver and more confident to express herself, but she's also freer and more confident when it comes to taking risks in her artistry. And this is a direct reflection of how amazing her team is. Like, she mentioned in the video that she didn't really know what the concept of it is, but somehow the team tapped into that point of view, that narrative that fits her perfectly, that is almost unique to her. Look, like, fashion and photo shoots and editorials doesn't have to have this deep meaning to be amazing. Sometimes something can just take your breath away by being beautiful, you know? What I loved with this one was that it had both. It had beautiful composition, beautiful colors, beautiful lighting, beautiful form, beautiful clothes, but it also had a message. It had a point of view. It had a narrative that it wanted to say. And when it has those two things, it's magical. I haven't actually watched her visual album yet because this week has been crazy. But after the elections, I'm gonna take some time to watch it. And if you guys want to see what I think of that, let me know, because I really enjoyed making this. I think it also comes with the fact that I haven't gone to like a gallery or like a poetry reading or anything in months because of coronavirus, and I'm just like starved for some art and culture. So yeah, let me know. Subscribe, comment, like, let me know what you guys think of it, because when I saw those pictures for the first time, I was well and truly gagged, like as my Instagram followers would tell you. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.